In this video I'm going to take out my RX570 XT 6GB. The brand is from Gigabyte, and I just purchased a new card which is a 4GB 5700 RX570. It's a Polaris card, and the reason I'm putting it into this computer is because my mining computer is set up on Hive, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to BIOS mod this card and then put it onto one of my mining rigs, and then that card's just going to go back in. So I'm just going to take this out and install this card, and then I'm going to go over a video on how to do a BIOS mod using AMD Flash Tool. So I'm just going to put that aside. I've already tested that card, it's working. So make sure your hands are clean, make sure the rig's unpowered, and let's just start deassembling this thing. Sweet, the card is out. You can see there's a bit of residue here. I think it's from the thermal pad leaking, so I might need to replace that. As you can see, the card's quite dirty. So I'm just going to be installing the RX570 4GB card. Let's do this now. Make sure the clip is pushed down. You want to hit a click. Let's put in the screw. Now you reinstall the connector. So in Windows, push Command X on the keyboard to bring up the device manager, and then under display adapters go to the card and just check that it's working. Then you're gonna, sometimes you have to reinstall your AMD software, but in my instance I don't have to do that. So just open up your Radeon software, and I'm just going to set like a fan speed, and then just do like a mining benchmark just to show you guys the hash rates that I'm getting after the fresh install, just before I do the actual BIOS mod. That way I can benchmark the card and show you the improvements. So I'm going to be using SRB miner. It's quite a good AMD miner. Been using SRB miner a lot more, getting high mega hash rates using the SRB miner. So I'm just gonna let this run. If you want to sort of tune out and skip to the end of the video, you can bypass like all the BIOS modding that I'm about to do, and you can see the hash rates that I get right at the end if you can't be bothered watching all this. So as you can see, I'm getting around sort of like just under 50 mega hash, around like 47.86 mega hash, without doing any BIOS modding to the GPU. So the first step to the BIOS mod is you got to save your BIOS. So open GPU-Z. It's free to get online. Just search up GPU-Z, and then click that little
square box with the arrow, and I've already made a folder for OG buyers called original buyers, where I name my buyers and always save your original buyers. That way if you have any issues you can flash the card back to the original stock ROMs, and you should sort of be able to recover any sort of errors that the card might run into after doing the buyers mod. So it's very important to save your original buyers. So once that's done, then you want to open up the Polaris buyers editor, and you want to open up that stock ROM that you just saved. The video is going to black screen every time it asks me for sort of administrative privileges, so that's going to happen quite a bit here. So once you've opened up the Polaris buyers editor, make sure you open it up in run as administrator. Open up that buyers that you just saved with GPU Z. So there's a newer version of this. It's all available on GitHub. Just search up Polaris buyers editor on GitHub. What you're going to do is click the one timing patch, and here these little questions popped up. You can select yes or no. I just haven't seen this for the 580 before, so I just selected no for both of these. You can select yes. I've sort of looked into it. It doesn't actually do much more, because after those two UberMix settings, it still does your timing strap. So once you click OK, you're going to have to save the modified buyers. Click no when it asks you to buy the pro version. So click save as, and now the stock ROM's been flashed, and sorry, not been flashed, the stock ROM's been modified, and we want to save it to a dictionary. So mod buyers, you want to name it and save it somewhere, so when you actually open up the flashing software you can select this file and then flash the card with it. So that's finished. You close the the Polaris buyers editor, close that. You can see there that this is the file that I'm about to flash. So I'm just going to show you like a slightly different way. You can use the GUI, which is just you open up that application, but the first step is you install the driver. So open up as an administrator and push U and then any key on the keyboard to install the driver. And then, as I was saying before, like you can just open up the GUI, but I'm going to do it a slightly bit different way, because in some of my other videos I show how to do a BIOS mod. I've already made a video using that GUI, but in this video I'm just going to show you guys how to force flash using the command prompt and this application. So open and run the command prompt as an administrator and type cd and then space, and then inside the folder right click and copy the dictionary, and then right click into the command prompt to copy and paste it. What you're going to do is push right click once and it will paste it in, then push enter, and then you're going to type AMD VB flash -I, and it will list all the GPUs on the machine. So in this instance, in the computer, it only has one card, which is running under the adapter thread 0, and it's giving me some card information. It's giving me the BDN, the FN, the DID, the ASIC flash, ROM size test, BIOS, and the PNN. So you're going to type AMD VB flash -P0 to select the card, -FP to force flash, and then that modified file that we've made, the modified BIOS that we've made, you want to make sure that it's inside that AMD VB flash folder. I made a mistake here, so I was really confused when this said the file not found, yada yada yada. I was like, oh, what happened? Because normally this all works, and I had to take out the space. Took me like, I just troubleshooted it, and it took me maybe like 5 minutes to figure it out. But then I realized, oh, you put a space in between RX570 and mod. Make sure there's no spaces, because if there's a space, this application just like won't be able to find the file. Just all you're going to make sure is the file is inside that folder dictionary and don't have any spaces, and obviously you select .rom at the end. So hit enter after you've put in the command, and it should force flash the BIOS to the card, and then once it's done, it will come up with system ready to complete, restart system to complete VBIOS update. So yeah, that's all you got to remember is just -p 0-fp and then your file name, enter, and there you go. I'm just going to uninstall the installer. You to click U to uninstall, and then obviously I to install. So after you've done the flashing, just uninstall that, and then now it's time to reinstall the Radeon software. So use DDU. I didn't really chuck that step in. You can use DDU or any other like software to uninstall the graphics drivers, and then obviously reinstall your graphics drivers. I'm using 20.4.3 AMD, and then the last step is once you've installed the graphics drivers, just run this patcher tool, and then once you've run the patcher, it's time to restart the machine. I'll create like a little folder and then leave it in the comments for you guys to be able to get access to all of the tools that I used. There's only 3. It's just like the BIOS editor, the flasher, and then the patcher tool. There's only 3 tools that you need. So as you can see, like straight off the bat, getting 48, and then it hit 50 mega hash. So this is all on stock. Haven't done any overclocks yet. Here I'm just going to set a fan speed real quick. So I think before the BIOS mod, I was getting around that 44 mega hash, around that 40 mega hash range. So feel free again, if you want to skip through the video, skip to the end to see like my overclock settings for the highest mega hash rate that I get. So there you go. Without any overclocks, I hit almost 55 mega hash. So already doing the BIOS flashing, I've increased the hash rate by almost like 10 mega hash. So this is why you definitely should, if you're mining BIOS mod your cards, because just over like the long term, if you're going to be mining, you know, for like say 100 days, just extra 10 mega hash per card over a 100-day period is going to make a huge difference. So I'm just starting to put in some simple overclocks, 1285 on the core, and then the voltage, I normally just get it just under 1000, sort of in between 950 and 1000. I like to put my cards around that range. Here, because I don't know sort of what the card's capable in terms of undervolting, I'm just going to go for 1000. Just because I don't really want the rig to crash while I'm trying to find you know, like I'm just at the moment trying to see what type of mega hash rates I can get on the card, and see what the card's capable of. I'm hoping to probably get this card up around 70 mega hash, but I'll be happy with anything over 65 mega hash. So I'm going to go 1900 on the VRAM, on the memory. Sorry, yeah, the memory. The memory core 1900. I think I set it to, what was it, 980 or 1000 on the voltage for the memory. yeah, 1000 on the voltage for the memory. So apply changes. You can use AMD, I think it's MSI Afterburner if you don't want to use the Adrenaline software to do overclocking, or you can use the AMD Tweak tool or NPower tool. There's quite a few. There's quite a few different overclocking softwares that you can use. It's not specific to the AMD. So as you can see here, I've opened up the AMD Tweak tool. It's one of my favorite tools. You get a whole bunch of other sort of timing strap tweaks that can really boost the mega hash. So I've chucked it up on 1300 and then dropped the voltage down to 960. I checked the watts before. I was sort of sitting around like 90 watts on the card, which was pretty good. So as you can see here, I'm getting around 66.17 mega hash, 65 mega hash, relatively stable around that. The refresh rate, I've got at 45, the TRC 56. I'm just setting some of these other timing straps just slightly lower. I'm gonna go 1887 on the memory and 935 on the, I think it was actually 975, or yeah, for the memory voltage. So as you can see there, I've got 68.62 mega hash. So yeah, like it's, you know, like from what, 44 mega hash, around 40 mega hash before the BIOS mod, and on stock I've managed to go from that right up to almost 70 mega hash. I'm pretty confident that I can get it at 70 mega hash. I just need to keep tweaking the card. If you guys find this really helpful, please give it a like and subscribe. I'm going to be putting out a lot more content on how to do this type of stuff. I've gone 50 on the refresh rate. If you push it a bit too high, your card can get unstable. I've put the RAS on 30. There you go, 70.43 mega hash, 70.72, 71.01. Sweet, very successful. Hope you liked the video.